spend 80% of the time on design, 20% of the time on fabrication, then another 30% on tuning and improving. What do you mean? Why is there more than 100%? Do you not work overtime?
Hello everyone, my name is Ryukin and welcome to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be discussing what Cobalt-B's role is in the game and where she sits at. If you happen to enjoy the video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribed, or commented. A lot of time and effort went into researching Cobalt's kit and making sure I give you guys the most accurate info, so I'd appreciate it if you interacted with the video. Thank you. Alright, so Cobalt-B is going to be the first limited fire character added to the game, and alongside her she's bringing along the fire resonance. This is good for Cobalt because at Ascension 0, Cobalt's role is that of a burst damage dealer, while at Ascension 3 and higher, she becomes that of a sub DPS. The difference is a burst damage dealer will come on the field, deal damage, and leave, while a sub DPS will come on the field, do damage, and do damage while your main DPS character is attacking, so she'll be doing damage on the side. And since her Ascension is so important to the character, we're going to go ahead and talk about that first. I'll make sure to be as clear as possible, that way everyone can understand and follow along. Looking at her Ascension 1, when using the weapon skill Barrage, add 2% of the enemy's max HP as bonus damage, up to 200% of attack. What this does is every time you hit your weapon skill, you will be able to apply a burning DOT, which scales with the enemy's max HP. Now this is good because this allows your weapon skill to burn every time you hit it. So her weapon skill is on a 60-second cooldown, which means every 60 seconds you can burn. Her Ascension 3 states that using the skill or the dodge attack on burning targets will apply Ionic Burn, dealing 90% of the attack as flame damage every second for 10 seconds. So this is a damage over time on top of burn. As we know, her weapon skill will already apply burn at Ascension 1, and using the skill or the dodge attack at Ascension 3 on burning targets will apply Ionic Burn. Now there's some inconsistencies here. Her skill and discharge will be the only thing burning. Whenever you use her skill, it's at a 60-second cooldown. However, Ionic Burn only lasts every 10 seconds at Ascension 3. This means we need to find a way to make burn happen while her skill's on cooldown, and unless you're discharging, there's no way to do this with just Cobalt-B. Her Ascension 5 increases Ionic Burn's damage to 140% of your attack, and dodge attacks from any weapon on your team will increase the Ionic Burn's duration. This is nice because it'll allow you to increase the duration very easily. However, you still need to find a way to burn enemies, because if the enemy is not burning originally, you can't apply Ionic Burn. Now her Ascension 6, the skill Barrage, has a burning effect that lasts for 15 seconds. Hitting a target with any weapon's dodge attack reduces the cooldown, as well as her Ionic Burn will also reduce the cooldown, or burning in general. Now this is what helps Cobalt-B a lot, because her skill that has a 60-second cooldown is now going to be able to be lowered over time, as well as it puts burning on your skill, which means Barrage, which is a multitude of attacks. It shoots her gun multiple times. The first one will put burning on it. The second one will start the Ionic burning, and then from there you can start like doing all your damage over time with Cobalt-B. Alright, now that we got all the Ascensions out of the way and talked about why they're important to the character, let's talk about what you can expect from an Ascension 0 Cobalt-B. Cobalt-B at Ascension 0 will come on the field, hit her skill, leave for 60 seconds, and then every time you have her discharge, just go ahead and switch to her, pop the discharge. You'll apply burning on the target for a little bit of DOT, and after that, go back into your main DPS character. Cobalt herself can be a main DPS and even has the most optimal DPS combo. I'll go ahead and throw it up on screen. However, the DPS combo and doing DPS with Cobalt becomes almost obsolete whenever the character Ruby comes out. Ruby and Cobalt will work together in order to create the first fire team in the game. I recommend, if you don't have either enough pools to summon for both of them or get stars on your Cobalt, just for one, pull one copy of Cobalt. Then whenever she comes to standard, use all your black gold to get her Ascension path, and you'll get Ascension 6 eventually. With Ruby, just go ahead and make sure you have enough pools to get one copy of her. She's really good at Ascension 0, and even if you're lacking a couple pulls, you should have enough whenever Vera comes out, since there's more content and stuff to explore. Now for anyone thinking Ascension 3 is a good stopping point for Cobalt, I do want to let you know if you were lucky enough to get the 2-piece matrix set, you will be able to be a sustained DPS with Cobalt. As with Ascension 3, you'll be able to put Ionic Burn on the target on dash and skill. Her 2-piece matrix allows you to burn the target on dash, which allows you to sustain the DPS and continue to apply Ionic Burn on the field. So this will allow you to be the main DPS with Cobalt. And in Ascension 6, the 2-piece matrix set won't matter anymore because you'll already be applying burn yourself with Barrage, as well as lowering your cooldown on Barrage whenever you do a dash attack on any one of your characters. Now I know that was a lot to take in all at once, so I'm going to go ahead and recap what I just said. Cobalt-B is a sub DPS that at Ascension 0 doesn't get much accessibility. A lot of her kit as a sub DPS is locked behind Ascension because she can only apply burn on discharge and doesn't get access to Ionic Burn until Ascension 3. Once you achieve Ascension 6, she becomes more usable because dodge attacks will lower your skill cooldown, allowing you to reapply burn and get Ionic Burn on sooner. Her playstyle remains consistent coming on and off the field. However, what makes Cobalt good is applying damage over time, while you can do DPS with your other characters. Of course, you can be on the field with Cobalt doing damage over time. However, it's recommended whenever Ruby comes out that you just use Ruby as a on the field DPS instead. But yeah, that's Cobalt-B. I want to thank you guys for watching till the end, and remember to interact with the video as it helps me out a lot. Until next time, see ya.